Hello, all you peepers. Welcome to Shalene's Creativity Room. This is a Flosstube special. It's all my WIPs. It's a WIP print. Well, it's not all. I have a few set aside that I'm not working on next year, but these are all the WIPs I will be working on next year, 2022. It is for the 22 Stash Be Gone, WIP Go, No New Starts 2022. I got full coverage stitch along. What else? The Lawn Dog Sampler stitch along, the Carolyn Manning stitch along, and they're all working within each other. And if I forgot one, I'm sorry. There's a lot of stitch along. There's other challenges also. I don't even have my pad of paper available. It's buried underneath all my WIPs. There is besides the No New Starts, there is Pop Culture Stitching Challenges. They have challenges every month and all year. There is the Sunshine Stitchers. They have things going on every month. There is, I do have them written down. My planner. So in January, yep, the full coverage stitch along. There's the Pop Culture has some. The cross stitch sales have some Stitching Sisters, Gayron Totten Bags, and the WIP Go. And maybe Fun Day Stitchers. I don't know, but I'm in all those groups and they all have things going on. All of my WIPs all go along. Okay, let's see who's in here. Danielle, Jen, Shawana, Deborah, Michelle, hi. Hi, Robin. Hi, Drea. Hi, Deanne. Are we ready? Okay, so today I was working on a WIP that I started years ago. Some of these I started in 2001. A bunch of them I started 2015. Some are more recent. This one's 2009. And I'm hoping to finish it by the end of next year. It is a HAID. It will also count as the full coverage stitch along. And it counts as the 22 Stash Be Gone, and like I said, some of the other ones. So I'm not going to name everything. They're also on my WIP Go board. So, well, we're talking about these, Robin, the ones that I'm in right now. So I have Fly Butterfly, and this is from HAID. The artwork is Chin Chow Kewick, and I started this June 24th of 2009. There's 4 pages. I am on the 3rd page. So it's done with DMC. I used 1 strand of floss in full X's, and there is 1 Krynic color. So I'm working on that now. I'm going to set that aside. Now, none of these are in any particular order. I just grabbed things so that I could show you. This is my oldest WIP. This is from 2001. This is called Rocky Mountain Christmas by Marty Bell. And this is on a 28 count Lugana. But I do have a lot done on it. It just discouraged me because there's a lot of back stitching, a lot of different colors in back stitching. And so, yeah. So there is that. And it will look like this. Let me show you a picture of it. It will look like that when it's done. And it is for me. It's just been on the back burner. It's been on the back burner, but it is being worked on next year. I don't know how much, but it will get worked on at least a little bit. Now, this is a lavender and lace. It is called Ice Angel. And it's got DMC, Krynic, Mill Hill beads, and this is done on linen. It's done on linen. Where is, that's the top. Done on linen. So there's that. That's all I've gotten done. I had to make sure I had 200 stitches on it. So anything that I'm showing you had to have at least 200 stitches in order for it to count as a WIP for next year. Thank you, Robin. Hi, Jerry. Hi, Crafting with V. Hi, Melody. How was your birthday? Okay, this I started in Myrtle Beach, what year? 2013. I started it, I got hurt the day before I had to leave for Myrtle Beach. And by the time I got down there, I had cellulitis in my left leg. And so I went to the ER and they told me I wasn't allowed to walk the beach. I wasn't allowed to go shopping. I had to keep my leg elevated. And he gave me good pain pills. So good that when I cross-stitched this, once I got home and was no longer in pain pill, I had to frog the whole thing. This is an opalescent fabric. Let me see if I have it written down. No, I don't think so. Anyways, it's a pink opalescent fabric, and it's done all in white thread, but it sparkles a lot. Hi, Rochelle. Hi, Red Floss Stitcher. So that's how much I have done. Like I said, I had to take a lot of this. It's all done in B5200, all one color. Oh, that is so cool, Melody. That's nice. A nice steak dinner, yes. So yeah, this will be worked on next year. It's like black work. It's just like black work. So this is this will take me a while to do. And I had it all in this. Really? Okay. I gotta fit it all back in this. Yep. Love the fabric. This is from the Cross Stitcher magazine, April 1997. Hi, Diamond Queen. How are you? And this is called Spring Angel by Joan Elliott. So it will look like that. And I'm doing this on an 28 count even weave. It does call for DMC. Okay, it's 28 count Lugana Antique White. I do have, no, that's for that. I don't know what this is. That's not Antique White. Anyways, I do have almost half of it done. And I've enjoyed this. And this calls for DMC, Krynic, and probably beads. I'm not sure. I'd have to look it up. Yes, because there's beads in here. So, yeah, that much is done. So the top part I even did the back stitching, so I still have to do, I have to finish down here in the skirt, and then I need to do the back stitching. But she's so pretty. I loved working on this. I stopped stitching for a while, and now the stitching bug has hit me. So yeah, there's that one. I did, this one is a newer one. I just put 200 stitches on this. It is called Wicked Night by the Primitive Hair. It's just done in black DMC, or you can use whatever black thread you like, or you could probably do it on black fabric with some pretty, but the fabric is by Silk Weaver. It's 32 count Belfast linen. There is no color for it. It was called a solo. So how did I do this? Okay. I have way more fabric. I only need like maybe half the fabric, but it'll be worked on here and around here. So I'm good. Once I'm done, I will cut the excess fabric. But yeah, look at all the colors. We've got greens and yellows and purples, and so pretty. So this is one I just put 200 stitches on this month so I could count it as a WIP, because I want to get in some of my Halloween pieces. But yeah, it is a, what did I say it was, 32 count? Belfast linen. Hi, AK Rose. Hi, Marianne. So there's that one. This is from the Just Cross Stitch Christmas Ornament issue 2003. And that's when I started this one. So it will look like, let me find the finished piece. It'll look like this one here. This is the one I'm working on, the little teddy bear. I started it back in 2003 and have that much done. So I can probably finish this up in a day or two, and then he'll be done. But I would like to do one ornament a month, so that's my goal. I did not, it already had this much stitches in it, so I didn't have to scramble and put 200 stitches in this one. And this is on 28 count Monaco, which is my favorite even weave. But yeah, little teddy bear. I like my Christmas ornament, so I wanted to do a bunch this year. So I am in the no new starts, but I am in the group called Work Your WIPs, and in order to have a new start, you have to finish one. And it has to be the same size or smaller. So if you want to know anything, just go to the No New Starts 2022 Facebook group. They have 3 different challenges. This is Just Cross Stitch 2013 Halloween issue. This is 28 count Lugana. The color is called the Flapper. Let's see if I can find a picture. This is what it will look like. It's just done in in black. There's witches' hats. There's, I guess, what did it say? There were rabbits. Features hidden witch hats, bats, and various goblins and creatures. So it's done on a purple. And so this is Flapper, 28 count Lugana. And I want to make sure I'm holding it right. So I did start it. And I think that's the right way. Yeah. And it's just done all in black thread. So I am playing around with DMC on a cone, anchor black on skeins, and anchor black on spools, just to play around with the black to see which one I actually like and which one has the best coverage, because everybody has their own opinions and I respect everybody's opinions, and that's why I bought a little bit of each so I can play around with my fabric. But I wanted to work more in my Halloween issues, so I had to start one. Then in here, which one is this? This is Enchantress by Doreen Jones, and it's from the Just Cross Stitch October issue. So she will look like this when she is done. This is called for 28 count shell linen from Picture This Plus. I could not get the shell color in the linen, so I ended up getting it in Ada. I have frogged more on this than anything else this year. The same section. So there was a section over here that I frogged like 2 or 3 times, and then realized that where I frogged, that's not what was wrong. It was something, it was in another spot, which made it look wrong. But the back stitching on this is a bitch, not gonna lie. There's a lot of back stitching, and some of it you can't even see. I used the right number thread it called for, but some of it you can't see. This also calls for Krynic and some beads. I will put the beads on when I'm totally done. Robin, I haven't tried the DMC on the cone yet. So, yeah. I've heard that the DMC on the cone is better than anchor, but if you use anchor, the anchor of the skeins are better than the spools. So I'm just playing around with it. And everybody's opinion is different. That's why it's called an opinion. Okay, this one, I don't know what it is. I need to get more luggage tags because I'm running out. Oh, this is I Shall Wear Purple. It's by Sue Hillis. I started this a long time ago. It says, I shall wear purple when I am an old woman. I shall wear purple with a red hat, which doesn't go and doesn't suit me. And I shall spend my pension on brandy and summer gloves and satin sandals and say we've no money for butter. I shall sit down on the pavement when I'm tired and gobble up samples in shops and press alarm bells and run my stick along the public railings and make up for the sobriety of my youth. I shall go out in my slippers in the rain and pick the flowers in other people's gardens and learn to spit. You can wear terrible shirts and grow more fat and eat 3 pounds of sausages at a go, or only bread and pickle for a week. And hoard pens and pencils and beer mats and things in boxes. But now we must have clothes that keep us dry and pay our rent and not swear in the street and set a good example for the children. We will have friends to dinner and read the papers, but maybe I ought to practice a little now, so people who know me are not too shocked and surprised when suddenly I am old and start to wear purple. So this calls for DMC. So I have a lot done. So on the WIP Go board, my goal is to finish one page, and the page that is next is all lettering, which all it is back stitching. And this is on 28 count Monaco. This is going to be big. And I love this. It was so much fun to stitch. But yeah, it is a big one. And the letters are so, they're cool. It's just all back stitching. And so it calls for some specialty threads and pearl cotton. So I have 2 spools of pearl cotton, some specialty threads, and DMC. Hi, Rebecca. Happy belated birthday. Did you have a good day? Thank you, Rebecca. Rebecca's birthday was yesterday, right along with Melody. So there's that. And then you all know that I've been doing the cryptid stitch along. And I am so glad. I think it was Kaya that talked me into this. Look at that. I love this. This is what got me buying all the different blacks to try. So I haven't used the cone yet. But yeah, we have what, 6 more? Because we don't get one this Friday. We didn't get one last Friday, and we were supposed to 2 Fridays ago, but she was sick. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 left. We have 4 left. So the last one will be January 28th, because the last one was supposed to be the 21st, but she moved it a week. So yeah, 4 more and then it's done. And these usually take me a day to do them on, and I forget what the fabric is. But yeah, all the different cryptids. This has been so much fun, and there are so many more cryptids, and I'm wondering if she'll do another cryptid stitch along or something similar. But I'm loving this. This has been a lot of fun. And it is a 28 count. I just don't remember the color of the fabric. I have it written down somewhere. Okay, and this is S is for Stitcher. I have luggage tags, and I write on the paper inside what's inside of this, because these don't have the clear cover. If they have a clear cover, I don't need a luggage tag. So this is called S is for Stitcher. And I pulled this out in July during the Olympics and worked on it a little bit. See if I can find what page this is on. S is for Stitcher. We're talking cross stitching. Diamond Queen. S is for Stitcher. And I have almost 3/4 done. So yeah, I have half done, and I'm working on another part of it. Yeah, I love the luggage tags. They're perfect on pencil cases and on those too. Yep. So this is done on 28 count Monaco. and it's all done in DMC. And this stitches up pretty quick because I did all of this like in 2 days during the Olympics. Yeah, there's a lot of detail. There's some back stitching, but it's not too bad. But this has been fun. So I can't wait to finish her. The issue is the cross-country stitching from June 2008. So I can't wait to get back to this. Thank you, Danielle. This one is, there's one or two in here. This one's Giggles in the Snow. I have the boy and the girl, but this one is the boy, so I don't have, you'll have to wait till I pull out the girl and then I'll show you the image, because this is a working copy and the image is with the girl. This is on 28 count Monaco. And so I made sure I had 200 stitches on this. So you don't see much. I think that's the scarf. But both of them are laying in the snow doing snow angels. So when I get to the girl, I will show you what the pictures, because there's two of them. There's a girl and a boy. And they're from Mirabilia, and they call for DMC. I don't see Krynic. Just DMC, and there's 4 packages, 2 packages for the boy and 2 packages for the girl of Mill Hill seed beads. Have that. Then I have, this has my gnomes and my Carolyn Manning. So the first gnome I am doing is called Embroider Gnome. Isn't she cute? And this is off of Etsy. Cute Embroidery is the designer. So yeah, so I had to put 200 stitches on her. I was supposed to do Autumn Gnome, but if I did Autumn Gnome, then I couldn't stitch the other ones because you have to start with the biggest one first. So I did manage to put in 200 stitches. So I got some of her nose and some of her face. And this is on 28 count Cream Monaco. Krynic, it's a floss. It's a metallic floss. It's a pain in the butt to work with, but it's worth it. And it's Kreinik. But it's a metallic floss. It comes in a little spool like this. This is a gold. It's very shimmery, but it is a pain to stitch with. And you use smaller lengths, shorter lengths of floss when you work with this. I like it, but it is a pain to work with. So that's my Embroider Gnome. And then also in this is my Carolyn Manning. So the Carolyn Manning that I am doing, where's the leaflet? I am doing the pumpkin patch. Yeah, I figured that, Robin. That's why I told you how to spell it, because you've never seen it. You wouldn't know how to spell it. So yeah, I'm doing this on 28 count black Monaco. And it's all done in DMC. And so you could do each one separate. or all on one. I'm doing it all on one, and I have this much done so far. And I made sure there was 200 stitches. And no, I didn't count them on the fabric. I counted the stitches on the chart. Oh, Deanne has this one. It's because of Deanne that I wanted to do a Carolyn Mannon. And then I'm like, someone needs to do a stitch along to give me a reason to start. So I think Danielle talked Tia into doing a stitch along next year. It does start February 1st, but you can count WIPs. So since I wanted to start this February 1st, but I can't count it on no new starts unless I already started it. So I had to start it. So it's got 200 stitches. But I love autumn. I love the autumn palette. There's like 3 color palettes I like. I like autumn, jewel tones, and purples. Those are my favorite color palettes. And then I have another Carolyn Mannon. I think it's called Sapphire. And then we have the Lawn Dog Sampler Stitch Along that I am hosting on this channel and on Facebook. I have a Facebook group. The link is below. I think Rachel Ray was going to be in charge of the Instagram. I think the last time I talked to her. So I'm doing Quanto Acuto, which means the pointed fifth. It's all done in black. There is over 100 of little varmints of all shapes and sizes cramped within its pointed archways. There's 9 rabbits, a pig, 7 dogs, 4 ducks, 5 peacocks, 1 lion, 1 unicorn, 1 moth, 2 dragons, 30 birds, 1 crab, 1 spider, 4 owls, 1 rocking horse, 6 ants, 1 pelican, 3 fish, 1 swan, 5 geese, 2 woodpeckers, 3 mice, 3 cats, 10 squirrels, a chicken, a dragonfly, a fox, a horse, 2 seagulls, a deer, 2 flamingos, 2 stags, a whale, 2 elephants, an octopus, a seahorse, and of course 1 raven, all within this. And you will find them all when you stitch them up. Isn't that cute? So I ordered the chart because I didn't want PDF. And this fabric is 28 count Lugana. The color is gingerbread, and it's by Picture This Plus. And yes, it's huge. I have a ton of fabric. It's like almost, I think it's a yard. And so I went down 3 inches and 3 inches over because I always give I always do a 3-inch border when I can. And so whatever's left over on the bottom and the side, I'll just cut off when I'm all done. But oh my God, I know I'm going to love. For some reason, when you're working with one color, it goes quicker. And I work on 1 page at a time and 1 section at a time. So yeah, I cannot wait to get back to this. I know there's more than 200 stitches because I just kept wanting to stitch and stitch and stitch. I didn't want to put it away, but the fabric is really nice. And I am looking forward to working on this again. I've seen people work on Lawn Dog samplers, and I've always wanted one, but I'm not a big person that likes samplers. I'm not big into samplers. So I saw this and I saw Death by Cross Stitch, and they both were calling me, but this one really, really said yes. So sometime down the line, I will buy Death by Cross Stitch, but this one is first. I couldn't wait to start this. And if you are in Jen's full coverage Stitch-along. She says we can count the Lawn Dog Samplers and the Carolyn Mannings besides the Hades. There's also another website that's like Hade, which are Heaven and Earth Designs. The other website is called Thread Geeks. They have Christine Karen, Ines Guerrero. There's a lot of them. They are full coverage as well. Then I got talked into this. I was in Fun Day Stitchers Zoom. They're a great bunch of people. I love going in there. Everybody's super nice. You'll go in there sometimes and no one's talking. And anyways, they told me to join Pop Culture Challenges. So I did. And they've got 2 Hades you could choose from. I forgot what the other one's called. But I am doing Magic Study Rainbow version. There's another one that's called Max Color version. This has 90 colors. The other one has 250. It's the same chart. And it's going to be 31 inches wide by 22 7/8 inches high. Yes, on 25 count fabric. So it's 775 stitches wide by 574 stitches high. So I did start it. I am doing mine as a tent stitch. For the first time, I'm doing a Hade as a tent stitch. I already bought the fabric gridded. So it's a 25 count easy Lugana fabric. It's Lugana, not Ada. And a tent stitch is using 2 strands of floss, but only doing half a stitch. So you're not doing the full X. So it seems to go quicker. So I know I have a little more than 200 stitches on this. But you can't tell. You can see this all is filled in. You can't tell that it's only got 2 strands and only doing half a stitch. So I like it. It fills right in. You don't see the white. So yeah, and I have a little bit of a red mark. I have a if you have the pilot Frixion pens, this one has 4 colors. So I made a red mark just for page 1. So all this area is page 1. But I want to start doing 10 stitch on all my Hades. I think they'll stitch up quicker. They look just as nice as if it had a full X. And if I do a full X on the 25 count, I use 1 strand and do a full X. I don't use 2. It's too bulky for me. But yep, I decided to do this. And this didn't take long doing it as a tent stitch. So I'm glad I started doing this one as a tent stitch. But yeah, this is going to take quite a while. But I'm excited. So that was a stitch along with the Pop Culture. Is that the name of it? Pop Culture. Pop Culture Stitching Challenges. That's the total name of it. And so they have challenges all the time. But this is one of the stitch alongs. Okay, now I got to go into my bin because I have a lot more. I have 33, I think it's 33 WIPs to work on next year. Okay, I have this pulled out. Did I start something in here? Oh, I think I wanted to. So when I finished that Christmas ornament in there, I really want to do this blue Christmas gnome. I want to cover up the chart. I want to do this gnome. And I have the jingle bell. There's a jingle bell on it. And this is this year's Christmas ornament issue. So that's why this is out. So I have to finish that one ornament before I start another one. Okay, this is from the magazine. cross stitch and needlework. And it's a fairy by Nora Corbett. And Nora Corbett is also Mirabilia. And it's Fairy Winter Dream. This calls for Mill Hill beads. And I don't know if it has Krynic in it. I know it has Mill Hill beads. Let me see if it has Krynic. It has 2 colors of Krynic and 2 colors of Karen Wildflowers. But yeah, so she looks like that. She's gorgeous. I love Nora Corbett and Mirabilias. They are my favorite, right along with Hades. I would stitch them all if I could. I mean, she has a couple I don't like, of course. All designers you do. But it's from this magazine, Cross Stitch and Needlework, January 2013. So it's from this magazine. And like I said, it calls for the Karen Wildflowers. So I have them. They're gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous colors. They're over-dyed. Love them. They're cotton. They're not a silk. These are a cotton. Hi, Nicole. The fabric is Silk Weaver. 28 count Molino. And it's a solo, which means that it doesn't have a name for the color. So yeah, 28 count. It's an even weave. Molino is an even weave. And I started this, I don't remember when, but I bought a fat quarter. It was started a while ago. Let me get this back in here. And it's a pretty blue. Let me find the top. So that's how much I have done. I had to make sure that I had 200 stitches on it. It's a bluish, greenish, almost green color. And okay, I'll show you how I know what's always the top. I always snip a little bit of the corner. See it? I snip the corner of the top left of my fabrics, so I know. Unless it's a full coverage and I always start at the top left. But if it's something I didn't start at the top left, then I always notch my fabric on the left top corner. So when I pull it back out like this and I'm looking at it going, okay, now I need to go look at the chart to see where I was. I already know. I've always done that. I don't know why. I don't know if someone suggested it many, many years ago. I have no idea. But yeah, another Nora Corbett. You cannot go wrong with Nora Corbett. This one seems to have, is there a lot of back stitching? There's some back stitching. There's not a lot. Because hers don't have a lot of back stitching, nor do the Mirabilias. Or Lavender and Lace. Lavender Lace was Nora Corbett's mother. And she passed away several years ago. But yeah, Nora Corbett's mother was Lavender and Lace. Okay, Doreen Jones is new to me, thanks to Danielle. I'm blaming Danielle. She's the one that got me back into stitching and finding out all of these designers I'd never heard of. So this one is called Happy Halloween. Looks like that. Happy Halloween. Because, you know, I love my Halloween. Halloween is my Christmas. And I actually had the perfect color blue sitting here in my house. So I already started at the top left. And there's like 8 pages, I think. So I work on one page at a time. But yeah, this is a pretty blue and it's perfect for that. So I got in my stitches. So yep, that's what I've been doing the past couple weeks is just I pulled out all my WIPs and made sure that they had the stitch count. I do have some that I'm not working on next year, so I didn't pull them out. But I do have some older. If you haven't worked on them in a couple years, they're considered a UFO, which is an unfinished object. Otherwise, it's a WIP when you're working on it. So I have a few UFOs that once some of these get finished, they will get pulled out. This will be for my oldest son, Justin. He loves dragons. I did a dragon for him a few years ago called The Castle, and it's got a dragon wrapped around the castle, and it's by Teresa Wentzler. This is also by Teresa Wentzler. This is called The Storyteller. Now, with Teresa Wentzler, she does a lot of blended threads, which means you take two colors and you use one strand of each together in the needle. She also does a lot of back stitching. But her pictures are gorgeous when they are done. So I do have a quarter of it done, even the back stitching. So I have a quarter of it done. So on the WIP Go board, I have down to finish this part of the frame. So that is my goal for next year, is just to work on that frame. Because if you can see, there's a lot of detail in that frame. That's going to take me a while to do the frame. But Teresa Wentzler, she is retired. You can still find her patterns, but I think some of them might be expensive because they're no longer being published. Love, love, love Teresa Wentzler. You wouldn't believe the charts. I have a few others of her charts. They're absolutely gorgeous. And when you're a cross stitcher, you don't always stitch them. Sometimes you're just a collector of the charts, which is pretty much what I am with Heaven and Earth Designs. I collect the charts, hoping someday I will stitch them up. Okay, this is a Mirabilia, who, like I said, is also Nora Corbett. This one is Fairy Roses. This uses DMC, Kreinik, and Mill Hill beads. I always stitch everything up first. When the whole thing is done, then I add the beads, unless you have a scroll rod. If you're using a scroll rod, then you can add the beads. But if you're working in hand. But seriously, even doing that, sometimes when you're pulling the thread through, it'll catch on the beads. So I went through, I don't know who messaged me. I just want to make sure it's not one of my boys. Nope. Okay, so this fabric, I don't know if I have it written down what the fabric is. I know if I know what the fabric is, it's written in my planner on my project sheets. So the top is right here. This is the top left. Okay. So I made sure I got in 200 stitches on this, but look at this fabric. Isn't this pretty? It will look so good with all those colors. So yeah, we've got blues and yellows and pink, a little bit of light greens, and it'll go perfect. Look at that. So these colors will look great on here. I'm loving this fabric. This is linen. This is not even weave. This is linen. So, yep. That's another one I started, I think, back in 2015. I have a lot I started in 2015 because I decided to do a January challenge of 2015 and start a new project every single day in the month of January and see how many I could finish. Yeah, I didn't finish very many of them. I have a lot. Almost all my Nora Corbett and Mirabilias all were started that January because I love them. I just love these. This is August Peridot Fairy. Look at her. My gosh. Gorgeous. I love fairy wings and butterfly wings and all that. So I think that's why I like these so much, because of the wings. Yes, I was ambitious, Dan. I am ambitious again. All because of Danielle. She got me back into this. And I'm like, I got to pull these all out. I have to do all the things. I needed to do all the things. And this fabric, I don't know. So, let me look. I can't tell if this is... This looks like linen. And where's the top? Top left. This is a really pretty, it's got blues and purples and greens, and I have that much done. So I had to make sure that I had 200 stitches in it. So Danielle already asked for this chart when I am done with it. So I said yes. Yeah, this fabric is so pretty. So, yeah. And I know it calls for beads. I already have the beads I need. I don't know if it calls for Krynic. No. So it's DMC Crystal Treasures and Mill Hill beads. And I believe the Crystal Treasures are also by Mill Hill. And they might be in here. They are in here too. So, yeah. Love it. And I don't know if she now has every month. I only have 2, I think. 2 of the monthly fairies. Then I have, oh no, I must, yeah, 2, I think. This is July's Amethyst Fairy. This is done on cashel linen. 28 count. It's a solo, so I don't know the name of the color. And it will look like that. You got greens and purples. It's called July's Amethyst Fairy. And this is the fabric I'm doing it on. Pretty. It's got purples and greens. And I got a little bit done on it. Not a lot done. But yeah, look at the fabric. Love it. And if I'm going to work on linen, cashel or cashel, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, is my favorite. It's easier to work with than other linens. Belfast isn't too bad, but cashel is my favorite. So yeah, this one has DMC, Krynic, and Mill Hill. So I will need Krynic and Mill Hill beads. Daenerys, stop chewing your nails. Oh, here's the Giggles in the snow. So there's two of them. There's the boy and there's the girl. So here they are. This is what they look like. They're making snow angels. Aren't they cute? I love them. So this is the girl, and it's done on 28 count white Monaco. Or is this cream? I think this is cream. So I have a little bit of the top of her, whatever she's wearing. Looks like a shawl. Yep, that's 28 count Monaco. And again, this calls for DMC and Mill Hill beads. There's no Krynic in this. I'm surprised because it's got snow. Then we have a Nora Corbett. And this is called Mermaid Azure. This is a La Petite Mermaid. This calls for DMC, Mill Hill Beads, and Mill Hill Treasures. And this is done on 32 count Belfast linen. And there is no color name to it. It's called a solo. That means that she only dyed, I think a solo means they only dyed this once. They didn't make a whole bunch of them, so they don't have a color. But yeah, I thought that's kind of pretty, like water. He's got a mermaid. Mermaid Azure. Let's see. It's pretty fabric. That's so pretty. I love my dyed, over dyed fabrics. My fingers are not swollen, so my rings are falling off. I told you I had a big WIP parade. This is another Nora Corbett. This one is called Anna, A-N-A. It's a bewitching pixie using DMC, Mill Hill Beads, and Mill Hill Treasures. That's Anna. And I am doing her. I don't know if I have the fabric. I don't know what the fabric is. It's the top left. Yes. I have this really pretty, rich cranberry type maroonish fabric that looks like it was bleached a little bit. It is very pretty. But yeah. So you can see I am a huge Mirabilia / Nora Corbett fan. And some of these are quick to stitch up. The only part of a little bit of back stitching on this is like her skin. That's it. Thank you, Robin. Yeah, the WIP parades are fun. Because then you also say, oh, I want that. And then you got to write down what the pattern is. I have another Nora Corbett, of course. And this one is called Luna. She is another bewitching pixie. DMC floss, Krynic, Mill Hill beads, and treasures. And this I'm doing on an opalescent fabric, and I'm looking to see if I have this. What is the fabric? Is 28 counts opalescent Lugana, and it's called Inferno. It's called Inferno. Wait till you see this fabric. You are going to die. Top left. Look at OMG. Can you see the sparkle in that fabric? Look at that sparkle. Oh, yeah. Yep. So this is an even weave, 28 count Lugana called Inferno. It's by Silk Weaver. But love that sparkly fabric. Yes, please. So yeah, can you tell I'm excited for all my WIPs next year? I cannot tell you. I cannot tell you enough how much I just want to pull them all out. I want to stitch on them all of them. Let's see how many we can finish next year. Did I say I need sleep? Isn't sleep overrated? Do I really need sleep? Do I look like I need sleep? I don't think I need sleep. I can go without eating. I mean, I could go without eating. Sleep, keep me caffeine. Keep me caffeinated. This is another Nora Corbett. This is Gigi. She is another bewitching pixie. DMC floss, Krynic braid, Krynic blend, and Mill Hill beads. Yeah, no sleep 2022. Yep, Gigi. Love this one. And this is done on, what's the fabric? Sometimes I didn't keep the fabric thing. Is that what this is? This is 28 count linen. So it's probably cashel linen. I don't see any other paper. So it's 28 count cashel linen. Look at this pretty color. Yes. It's a reddish cranberry, burgundy type color with a little bit, looks like, I don't know, tan and a little bit of blue. Look at that. Yes. Love it. See, I need to win the lottery so I can hire a maid and a cook. So I won't have to do anything but sit here and stitch all the time. Right? I told my husband when he went and bought his lottery ticket, he best have bought the winning one because I also need a bigger room. Okay, another Nora Corbett, of course. This one is this is called Cleo. It's another bewitching pixie. DMC floss, Mill Hill beads, and a Mill Hill treasure. And I have the kit. A lot of these, when you order, you can order the bead kit. And I have so far all of the pixies, unless she came up with, oh no, I don't have Emmy. Oh, maybe I do. I just haven't started it. This is 28 count linen. 28 count linen. I don't know. That's all I know. I don't know the color. And I didn't notch it because, hold on. It's this way. Because this has a top, a banded top. Looks like a hem. That's always at the top of my fabric. So this has like camo colors, fall, autumn colors. So made sure I got in my 200 stitches. Very pretty. Yep. I'm getting near the end. Then I can actually show you the ones that I didn't include for next year. Okay, I have another Mirabilia. This is Shimmering Mermaid. DMC floss, beads by Mill Hill, and Krynic braid. 5 colors of Krynic. Is she pretty? Get the purples and the greens. Yeah, wait till you see the fabric. The fabric is done on 32 count Wex, I don't know, by Silk Weaver. I don't know the name of the color. It says it's a solo. Shimmering Mermaid. Look at that. Look at it. It's purples. And do you see a purple theme here? I know, right? I've been stitching almost 40 years. Of course I have a lot of projects. Plus you should see, you know those great big totes? The green or red totes that you store like your holiday stuff in? That's filled with my finishes that are not in frames or made into anything. But yeah, I have that much done on it. Doesn't look like a lot, but it is 200 stitches. I counted. Do you see a purple theme though? Yep. Yes, so many projects, so little time. I am determined to finish some of these next year though. Especially those bewitching pixies. Yeah, 40 years and all that stitching. Yeah, they're sitting in bins. And every once in a while, I just pull the bin out and I go through them. So next year, I also need to do some finishes of that stuff. Okay, this is another Bewitching Pixie by Nora Corbett. This one is called, I think it's Mary or Mari. It's Mari. DMC, Mill Hill Beads, and Mill Hill Treasures. So, yep, Mary or Mari. And it's done on 28 count cashel linen, and the color is called Jamaica Sunset. Jamaica Sunset. Okay. Must be, I don't know. I guess this. I guess it's this way. Jamaica Sunset. And I did have to work on some of this. Right, an FFO. Finally finished object. I need to do some of that. Yep. So whenever any of my crafty friends come over, they always want to go through my bin of all my finished. So yeah. And they all yell at me that they need to be hung up on my walls. I don't have a lot of wall space. And then I got diamond paintings. I have 15 projects that I'm going to work on. Yay! And you're coming in our Zooms more so we can see what you're working on. So there's that. Okay. I'm saving the good for last because I know you all want to see it. Okay, so of course I wanted to add some Halloween. I have 4 of these designs. So I started one, so when I finish one, I can start another one. This is by Rovaris. They don't have a name to the patterns, they just have numbers. It's number R18, and this is Halloween. You've got witches' boots. You've got you've got cats, you've got bats, the moon, you got spiders, you got pumpkins. There's only 2 colors on this, mostly black, and one of the pumpkins is in orange. And then it comes with a spider charm. So I have 4 Halloween ones through Rovaris. I am using the dyed fabric that Kaya did for me. It was 28 count Monaco, I believe it was, but it looks like linen right now. It shrinks a little bit when you dye fabric, and it looks like this. I have 4 pieces that look like this. They're gorgeous. Kaya did an amazing job with dyeing. So I have 4 pieces of this to go each one with each one of my Rovaris Halloween patterns. But yeah, just I love the dyeing that she did on this. So yeah, once this Halloween one is done, then I will do another one. So I think the ones that I know you guys really want to see. What I got in the mail, this is the last one of my WIPs. Are you ready? This was very expensive. This is called a beaded cross-stitch kit. White and purple. No, it's a tan color. It was a tan color. Okay, so I've been watching Heidi, who is crafting with Orchid, work on a beaded cross-stitch kit. And I'm like, oh, I need one of those. Where did you get it? The Cross-Stitch Corner. Go look them up. The Cross-Stitch Corner. Yes. All the beads come in these little Ziploc bags. Their beads are amazing. They are not like Mill Hill beads. Mill Hill beads are not all the same size. They're imperfect, and that's fine. These are not. So you get all the beads in this kit. You get all the containers to put the beads in. You just have to put the beads in yourself. It already has the stickers on the containers. There's 4 of these containers. So it has the number of the bead and the symbol. And then you just dump them in. And I did them all. And this is how much I still have left because they all don't fit. These are small. So I have 4 of those. They send you a fabric pen that's supposed to come off. It's an air erasable pen. Heidi says when she uses this, the warmth of her hand makes it disappear. So I plan on using my Pilot Fixion. And it still might happen because this comes off by heat as well. No, it is not printed. I would have never gotten it if it was printed. I don't like printed. It is not printed. You get your chart. So this is what I'm doing is this owl. I wanted to do the Maine Coon so bad. When Heidi first sent me the link to this, they had a Maine Coon. It's gone now. So if you see something anytime of any cross stitch patterns anywheres and you're debating, once you know for sure you want it, you better buy it because sometimes patterns go bye-bye. And so I had my husband help me pick one because there were way too many I liked. He really loved this owl. This is 300 stitches by 375 stitches. It is all beads. There is no cross stitching, just pure beads. And what you do is you take your first page and you go all the way across the one row. So you're not moving around like a Haid where you are working just with one color bead. You only do one slant, one leg of an X. You don't do the full X. You do one leg, you come up the hole, you pick up the next bead of whatever that symbol is, you go down, you come up, you pick up a bead for the next one, and that's how you work with these. You don't work with just one color at a time like you do with a Haid. And I've done 4 rows because I had to make sure I had 200. I have 224 stitches. It comes with 3 spools of the thread. You get 2 needles and you get a needle threader. Heidi it calls for 1 strand. Heidi uses 2, so I started using 2. And you can always buy just plain old beading thread. You can buy beading thread, so if you don't have enough, it's not a big deal. So there was, I forget how many colors. This is in its own little bag, this color, because there weren't enough. I would have needed one whole one of these with a little, and there, you know, there was enough for all of them, but this color, and that's all there was. So they, if I want to work from this, I just work from the bag. Are you ready? It is on 14 count Aida. That comes with the fabric. It's very soft, and I've got that much done. There's 4 rows of beads on there. And they worked up pretty good. I didn't have any issues on the back with running the thread under the back whenever I ran out. It's on white. I made sure I had enough fabric. I have more than enough fabric, so I was able to go down 3 inches here and 3 inches over. But I got 4 rows done of page 1. And it didn't take me too long. It wasn't too bad. They look wonky, but once you keep adding the beads on, then it will look better. This looks like a hot mess because it's not. It looks like that's like part of the tree right there. So it's going to look like that. So it looks a little wonky and it doesn't look like anything yet. Just a hot mess. But yeah, it's just white. It's just plain old white Aida. And so I knew this would take almost a whole bottle of freight check. And so someone said I could use my pinking shears. So I did this, see if it does start fraying, I'm just going to pull out my sewing machine and I'll do the zigzag on the edge. But yeah, see, it's going to be big. It's going to be big. It's huge. But I am excited to keep working on this. This has been a lot of fun. And this, I don't know. I'll stitch on it a little bit every month. See, Dan, they are pricey. I'm going to tell you that. And the shipping is very expensive because these beads are this is heavy. So this is expensive. It was like $30 or $40 just in shipping. It does come from Germany. So it takes a little while to get here. It wasn't too bad. I think it sat in the New York Harbor Customs longer than anything else. But I couldn't wait to get this. Would I buy another one? It depends on how fast I can do this. And I would like to know if there's any other companies that has the quality that this does. That's another thing. No, I did when I first started stitching, Robin. The masking tape will leave a residue on your fabric and it will yellow it in time. So I don't ever use masking tape anymore. But I do have a sewing machine. I don't know how to sew. I'm shitty at it. But I can do the zigzag edges. I can make little pillows. I know how to do all that. But I would love to learn how to make project bags and make my own. But I'm not good at sewing. But this whole kit, including shipping, was $190. So I had used my YouTube channel money and people donated to my coffee. Thank you. I can't thank you guys enough for watching the ads on my channel, because watching the ads is what helps pay for things on my channel. And the Buy Me a Coffee goes back into this channel as well. It pays for my Zoom, and then whatever's left over from Zoom, I purchase things. This was a big purchase. So it took up just about all that I had left in my coffee account, and it took up all my YouTube. I got paid in November for YouTube. But yeah, So Deanne says the pinking shears are working for her. Okay, yeah, that's what I did with this. Because I know if I had used the fray check, it would have taken a whole bottle. But these beads, I don't even know how to describe them. They're amazing beads. And they all come in these little Ziploc bags. And the Ziplocs are beautiful. These are not chintzy Ziploc bags. It also comes with the sticker of the bead number and the symbol on the chart. They are perfectly all the same exact size, it's just these, oh my God. I don't have a cabinet for my sewing machine, Robin. I keep mine in the box that it came in, and then I keep it up on top of a cabinet I have. So it's up out of the way, and then I take it down when I need it. In fact, it's not even in a box. It just sits on top. I have those wooden cabinets. I have 3 of them that my crafts are all in, and I have it sitting on top of that. But yeah, this kit was well worth the money. I believe so. Would I buy more? Like I said, that depends on how fast this goes up. If I find this goes up pretty quick and I finish it at a decent time, I may buy another one. I don't know what one though. I really like the one that Heidi is doing, but I didn't want to be doing the same thing on my channel, so I wanted something different. That's why I really wanted that Maine Coon, and I should have bought it. I should have just gone ahead and bit the bullet and told my husband I'll pay you back when my money comes in, and I didn't do that. They do have a fluffy cat, but it's not the Maine Coon. They have a few winter ones. They have a couple of cartoonish ones. Lots of wild animals, the tigers, the lions, the bears. Oh my. They have a Black Panther that I love. I showed Justin, my oldest son loves the Black Panthers. He loved that. So yeah, this was my last thing that I worked on this year to get in the 200 beads. I got on 224 beads. It took me a couple hours. I love it. It's just one of those I can sit down and work on. So those are all the WIPs that I'm working on next year. I will find time to work on all of them. Doesn't mean I'll finish them, but I will find time to work on them. Now, I do have some that are not being worked on next year. I will pull those out. Just a minute. Let me go pull those out. They're right in this room. And they're all fallen. And I'm going to lose my chair because everything's going to fall and knock my chair. Okay. I don't want to fall, but I do have a lot. Well, not a lot. That's it. I think that's it. Because I don't think any of these are started. Okay. So I do have a few. These were not added in to my WIP goal or 20 or the no new starts 22. So I cannot work on these next year. So I saved them. So this is a Haid. It is a Jasmine Beckett Griffith. It's called a Story Keep. Butterflies galore. This is done on 25 count. Anything that is a Haid, I do on 25 count. And all of these were done with 2 thread. Usually 1 thread with a full cross. But I might have done this with 2 threads. I have to look at it better. Anyways, I have this much done. So as you can see, I really don't have a lot done. And I could have added it in, but I'm not. So I have that. Actually, I think if I finish a WIP, I think I can add a WIP in instead of a new start. I think that's how that works. And once you start a new start, you have to put in 200 stitches before you share it with the group. So I have that. This was not mine, but I will show it when I'm done here. I have another Nora Corbett. Have this. It's called Melody. It's the Muse collection by Nora Corbett. It's got DMC, Krynic Metallic, Crescent Colors, Karen Collection, Water Lilies, and Mill Hill Beads. Maybe I didn't start this. Hold on. This might not be a WIP. I might not have started this one. It might be just kitted up with the fabric. This is 16 count Ada opalescent called Green Apple, and nope, it's not started. So I did not start this, but can you see the glitterness? Ooh, the pretty glitter. You see it? There you can now. So yeah, Green Apple opalescent. Hi, Christy. So this is not a WIP. It is not started. I thought it was, but it's not. It's just sitting up in that drawer. Okay, I'll show this last. This is a lavender and lace. It is called, is it Celtic or Celtic? Winter. It has DMC. It has Rainbow Gallery threads, Mill Hill beads. And I don't see Krynic because it has Rainbow Gallery. And Rainbow Gallery thread is better than Krynic anyways. But can you, I don't know if you can see that. Celtic or Celtic Winter. So pretty. And the fabric is, so wait till you see the fabric I'm doing it on. It's silk weaver. That's all I know. Did I start this? Nope, I did not start this. Here is the fabric. So this was not started either. I don't know why it's up in that drawer. But this was not started. The fabric is gorgeous. So what I do is, if I'm not sure if something is going to work, what you do is you take that picture, and I showed this. My friend Amy owns down Sunshine Lane. So when I'm at her house, I get to shop in her online shop, but she has a room. So what you do is you take your picture, you lay it over the fabric to see if those colors are going to work. And I thought that it would. I love it. Absolutely love it. So, and there's not, I don't even know if there's back stitch on this. Nope. I don't think there's any back stitch on this. But yeah, I have not started this one either, and I thought I did. So see, I have less things started than I thought. So that's not started. This is started, and I really don't like the pattern because it's hand drawn, and I'm having a hard time figuring out what the symbols are. I'll show you real quick, but it's hand drawn. The symbols are very hard to tell what they are. I did start it. It was part of a stitch along. It's on 32 count Belfast linen. I'm not liking reading the chart. So there it is. So that's all I have done on it. And I may just take those stitches out and use this for something else. I am not sure. The pattern, it's a pretty picture, but I don't like reading the pattern. And what was this for? Oh, crap. Was that for this? I think so. But yeah, I like the fabric, and I do like the picture. It looks like that. It's cute, but I can't read the chart very well. Hard K. Hard C, hard K. So it's Celtic. So yeah, and that was 32 count Belfast linen. So I have that, which is actually a WIP or a UFO. Then I have another Hade. This is a pain in the butt. It is called Rapunzel. It's a story keep by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. I've only gotten the top part done yet. Look at all that detail. And of course, it's on 25 count fabric, and I have that much done. That detail, there's so much confetti. Look at my back. My back looks like shit. It is so bad. And I think did 2 strands. I can't tell. But yeah, a lot of detail on this. A lot of confetti. Okay. And I have another Jasmine Beckett Griffith. This one is called Faces of Fairy 66. And it says this was a gift from someone named Melissa Jenkins Cross, someone I knew back in the day. But Faces of Fairy 66. And I have that much done. It is on 25 count. I use fabric per what I want. No, because the designer showed this on that light blue fabric and I chose the red. So I usually I used to use exactly what they called for, but now I choose what I want, except the heids. The heids are always done on white or cream. Some of them will tell you can use blue. Why would you do that? Why would you spend more money on dyed fabric when it's a full coverage? You're going to cover it up. So just buy white fabric because it's full coverage. And this is 25 count. There's no sense in using color fabric for a full coverage. Now I did my Carolyn Manning. That will be done on black because there's 4 charts together and you leave a gap between each one. So you're going to see the black fabric. Okay, now I have another Heaven and Earth Designs. This one is a Randall Spangler. It was a stitch-along in 2013 called Literate Dragon. And I think Diamond Art Club has this one. Do they have this one as a diamond painting? It seems like they did. Anyways, this is also on 25 count fabric. Well, I had more done on it than I thought. Maybe a quarter of it. So that's how much I have done on him. If it's not white, you use cream or light brown or raw color. Yeah, you don't want to waste your pretty fabrics. You don't want to waste your pretty fabrics. This is another Heaven and Earth Designs. This is also another Randall Spangler. This one is called Boo. I love this. And I got to see how much is done on this, because if it's just a little bit, I'm going to be taking the stitches out and I'm going to start it with tent stitch. So yeah, I don't have much on this. So I will probably take those stitches out and do it as a tent stitch. Neighbor's dog's barking over here again. So yeah, I will take that all out because there's not a lot there. And it'll come out real easy. And then I can use 1 strand or 2 strands and do it as a tent stitch. Or I might just try doing it with what's here and see if it's very noticeable. No, Daenerys. And last, This will be a gift for Justin. He already knows about it because he picked this out. So I cross-stitched a Christmas stocking for me. I cross-stitched a stocking for Dylan and one for Scott. Justin doesn't. Justin has a Harry Potter stocking, but he doesn't have a cross-stitched one. So he picked out this design. This is a Heaven and Earth Designs. The artwork is by Miles Pinckney. It's called Stocking Treasure Dragon. You can see the dragon and all the treasures on the bottom. And I do have some done. It says this is the top left. Yep. So I do have a little bit done of that. So next year, in 2023, this will get pulled out, and this will be a really good focus for 2023 because I really need to get this done for him. And this is on 25 count. So that is everything. Oh no, I have one more thing. This is not one I started. This is one that Dylan started when he was a teenager. Yes, my boys learned how to cross stitch when they were teenagers. Oh man, my tea's been sitting with the tea bag in it since I started the video. It's going to be strong. It's pumpkin spice. And it's cold. And it went up my nose. Where'd my Kleenex go? No. There's cold. Anyways, is this what I'm doing? It's not, I don't think it's that. Was that one? Why was I thinking it was a different one? It is. Okay, it's not this one. It's this. This was online somewhere a long time ago. It's a, wow. What size is it? 220 wide by 171 high. It's called Chimera Waltz. It's designed by Tamara Livingston, and the company was Misty Dreams. It is on white. I believe it's 14 count. I can't remember if Dylan did start this or if I did, but that's how much is done on it so far. I don't think this will ever get finished. He probably won't care. I may just cut some of the fabric and use them for small ornaments. But yeah, it was Chimera Waltz. And I know it was Dylan's. He also wanted Mario's mushroom. I didn't start that though. But this pattern was free of charge. It was by Friendly Flamingo, and we were using these floss. They're glow in the dark. It's by DMC. They have glow in the dark threads. So we were going to do the mushroom with the glow in the dark threads. So I don't think these will ever get done. I don't even think I'm going to put them back in here. I'll use that project bag for something else. Yeah, I'm gonna cut up the fabric because I know he's not. I even got the black fabric. I might do the Mario. You know what? I'm gonna do the Mario. Not next year, but I'll do the Mario because they have a playroom called the game room in their house. and it's got a huge TV. It's got game systems hooked up to the TV, and that's where they do all their gaming. So I can do this up, I'll frame it, and he can put it in there. So I think that's what I will do, but I don't think I'm going to do the Chimera. So yeah, I will put this back in here. And I will do that for him. And that is everything that I have started. Now, do any of you have questions about what I have started? Any links you need for any of the groups? Like I said, we have the 22 Stash Be Gone. Work from your stash. Let's see how much stuff we can get done working from our own stash. We have the Carolyn Manning Stitch-A-Long that starts February 1st. The Lawn Dog Sampler Stitch-A-Long starts January 1st. It can be a WIP or a new start. If you join the group, please answer the questions. I have had to deny several people because they're not answering any of the questions. I've had some say that they aren't even sure if they're going to do the Stitch-A-Long. So I denied them. If you're not sure, why are you coming into the group? I don't know. But yeah, we still have going on the Christmas Tree Stitch-A-Long that ends the last day of February. We have the Christmas Tree Stitch-A-Long. The Hocus Pocus I Need Coffee to Focus Stitch-A-Long that Brian Elliott is hosting. There's a Facebook group for that ends the last day of February. My Lawn Dog Sampler. I am in so many, the WIPGO group, WIPGO 22. If you want to know more about it, there is a YouTube channel on how to do WIPGO. It's very easy. I'm in the No New Starts 22. There is 3 ways of doing that. The one I'm doing is called Work Your WIPs. So for every WIP I finish, I can start a new one. What else? I know I'm going to forget some. The Pop Culture Stitching Challenges. They have challenges going on. They also have the Stitch-A-Long. There's 2 different heights you can choose from for the Stitch-A-Long. Crystals. Crafty Creations. Is that what? Was that her old name? I don't remember. Anyways, Crystal has a Disney collab going on the whole year. Any craft that has to do with Disney. I'm trying to think. Tia's doing the Carolyn Manning. Like I said, I do have them all written down. January. The Stitching Sisters have a challenge going on. Cross Stitch Sales have 2. One is a theme for January is birds. The designer for January is Lawn Dog Samplers. Stitching Sisters, for every sister that you have, stitch 100 stitches. Gayron Totten Bags, the designer for January is Nora Corbett / Mirabilia, and it says Pretty Ladies. So I don't think whatever I have going counts. WIPGO, they already picked the 2 numbers for January. There's also the full coverage Stitch-A-Long that Jen is doing. She includes the Lawn Dog Samplers, the Hades, the Carolyn Manning, and Thread Geeks. Thread Geeks or Geeky Threads? Thread Geeks, I think it is. They're like Hades, and they're only in PDF. That's it, I think, for me. Yeah. Oh, also on Pop Culture Stitching Challenges. They want you to count how many stitches you do every day. And so, like, say I stitched today. I would, and you use your same post and you just edit it every day. So it would say today's stitches, tell how many stitches you did, total stitches. So total stitches since you started. Um, and not on the piece, but just how many stitches you did on whatever you worked on all day long. I decided that I always do hours. So they told me that 100 stitches each equals an hour. I guess that they've had people do their count their stitches and how long it took them. And so it's 100 stitches equals an hour. I use a timer. I pulled out my old phone. I do not have a phone number attached to this. I just am using the timer. Um, I took off everything else on it and just have the timer so I can carry this all around the house wherever I'm stitching. So when I'm done, and if I did like 4 hours that day, there's 400 stitches. So that's how I will do that. That's what they told me to do, because I told them I don't use Pattern Keeper. I use paper. I prefer paper patterns. I don't care what you say. I am sticking with my paper patterns. I love my paper patterns. It's the same way with books. You can have a digital planner, not the same. It's just not the same. I like to flip through it. I like to look at it. I want paper. I want the physical. I like physical books more than Kindle books, but you can only have so many Kindle books in your house, or so many crap. I just unplugged my ring light. I have a mess over here. You should see all my projects are laying all over in here. There's no room for anything. But that is it for today. I hope that you enjoyed the WIP parade. And I actually have two of them that I never even stitched on, and I didn't know it. So this will probably come out of this bag because I want to use this project bag, and this won't fit in here. So I will find me a plastic bag so I can use the project bag. Yeah. So this is a WIP. I didn't show Happy Mail because I was just doing a WIP parade, and I only have one thing to show in Happy Mail. It came today, was a piece of fabric. Christmas. My family doesn't normally buy me craft stuff. They don't know what I have, what I want. Scott, my husband, got me a $50 gift card to Hobby Lobby, plus he gave me cash. Dylan gave me a Visa prepaid card so that I can spend it on whatever. I will probably use that online when I need something. Justin, he's pretty good at stuff. He bought me, and it's not right here, he bought me a really pretty diamond painting pen from Amazon and stainless steel tips. So that's it as far as Christmas gifts go. So stay tuned. There will be a Flosstube video every week. The last Thursday of every month will be a live Flosstube, and I'll probably just show you what I worked on for the month. It won't be, it'll show all of my stitching I did for the month. So that's how I'm going to do that. Everybody seems to like the live streams with stitching. And the WIP parade, you guys all said that you loved it, and I'm glad that you enjoyed this. I'm hoping the end of next year, my WIP parade will be much smaller, although that depends on what I want to start for 2023. So in December of next year, I may have to start a whole bunch, or we'll just roll over what I already have, which is probably more like it. But that's it for today. Please hit that like button. Don't forget, if you want to see more content, I have Buy Me a Coffee. Watch the ads on the videos. They help my channel. But you're never, ever obligated to do any of that. It just helps. And I don't know what I'm buying next year. I know I really, really want Sleepy Hollow by Glendon Place. And what's the other one called, Danielle, by Glendon Place? Is it Witch's Brew? Might be, it's witches, witch clock, it's with witches, and it's like a mandala. And a Hawks Run Hollow. There's a Hawks Run Hollow. I can't remember. I know there's a Halloween one, and I think there's an autumn one. I don't know. There's like 2 or 3. Those are on my list for next year to purchase. But I have to finish a row on WIP Go. So every time I finish a row, my reward is purchasing a chart. And when I finish the whole board, I can purchase a project bag. Although at that time, I might not need a new one, but you never know, and I might give away one of my old ones if I purchase a new one. So, yeah, let me know how you guys are doing. I would love to see your progress pictures in Zoom. Also, Zooms. My Zooms run from 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock Wednesday. Sometimes I leave at 5:30. From now on, when I leave, I'm closing my Zoom. A lot of people close their Zooms. There's an anytime Zoom that's always open. You can, once you leave my Zoom, you can go in there. At the last Friday of every month, if you are doing a lawn dog sampler for the Stitch Along, come into Zoom. It starts at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It runs for an hour. Kaya will be the host. It's my Zoom. Kaya, I will put the host over to Kaya. I think what I will tell her is to have everybody mute themselves. Kaya will say a person's name. You unmute yourself. You show what you did. If you've made any progress, if you're having any problems, and then mute yourself, and she can call the next person. So this way, not everybody's talking on top of each other. And yeah, I think that'll be the best bet. I already talked to Kaya about it. She thinks that's a good idea. The Stitch Along group is there. Once January 1st starts, or January 1st gets here, you can start posting your progress pictures. Yes, the last Friday of every month. Yep. It'll be the Zoom for the Lawn Dog Sampler. It'll always be the last Friday. So we'll be doing that starting in January, and should only be an hour long. It shouldn't be real long because we're not going to have people chatting through the whole thing. We just want to show what you're working on. If you join the group, please answer the questions. You can start posting your progress pictures January 1st, and WIPs are included. It's not just new starts for Lawn Dog Sampler. They can be WIPs. You can almost have it done. Pull it out. We can encourage you to finish it. So yeah, I am looking forward to seeing what ones you're all working on and your pictures. So you all have a great evening. I will see you all later. Love you guys. Bye-bye.